I still remember that evening like it just happened yesterday. My husband's office had announced their annual get-together, a big event everyone looked forward to. I was excited. I thought it would be a nice chance for us to go out together, laugh, dance, maybe take some pictures. We hadn't done that in a long time. So, one evening, while he sat scrolling through his phone, I smiled and said, "Honey, I'll be going with you to your office get-together this year." He looked up at me, not with joy, not even surprise, but with something I can only describe as disgust. He gave this little smirk, looked me up and down, and said, "You? Go with me?" Then he laughed. "Please don't embarrass me. Everyone's wives are slim, classy, beautiful, not fat and plain like you." My heart stopped. For a few seconds, I just stood there, frozen. I tried to smile, to hide the tears welling up in my eyes, but his words echoed in my head. Fat and plain. Fat and plain. I turned away, pretending I had something else to do. But that night, when I lay in bed beside him, I stared at the ceiling while he snored peacefully. My heart ached. I kept asking myself, how did we get here? How did the man who once told me I was the most beautiful woman in the world become the one tearing me apart? The next morning, I woke up with a lump in my throat. I told him, "My mother isn't feeling well. I'll be spending some time with her." Before I even finished the sentence, he said, "Are your bags packed? I can drop you off on my way to work." No hesitation, no concern, just relief, like he couldn't wait to get rid of me. He dropped me off at my mom's house, said a quick, "Take care," and drove off without even looking back. I stood there in silence, watching his car disappear down the street. That day, I made a promise to myself. I wouldn't cry over him. I wouldn't starve myself for revenge. I was going to rebuild me. I joined a nearby gym. The first few days were painful. My muscles screamed, my body felt heavy, and every time I looked in the mirror, I still heard his voice. But I kept going. I changed my diet. I started walking every morning, and slowly, something inside me began to shift. I wasn't just losing weight. I was shedding pain, doubt, and the version of myself that believed I wasn't enough. I started to smile again. I started to feel alive again. My mother noticed, and she just kept saying, "That's my daughter." A month later, the date of the office get-together arrived. I hadn't spoken to my husband in weeks, but his boss's wife, who adored me, sent me a personal message saying, "We'd love to see you. Please come." I hesitated at first, then smiled and said to myself, "Why not?" When I walked into that hall, the music was loud, the lights were bright, and heads turned. I could feel every pair of eyes on me. I wore a simple but elegant gown that hugged my figure perfectly. My hair was down, my makeup light but glowing. For the first time in years, I felt confident. Not because of him, but because I had found myself again. And then I saw him, my husband, standing across the room with a drink in his hand. When his eyes met mine, his jaw literally dropped. He blinked like he couldn't believe what he was seeing. His coworkers started whispering, nudging him, saying things like, "Is that your wife? She's stunning." The look on his face was priceless, a mix of shock, regret, and something else. Fear. He tried to approach me, but I was surrounded by people complimenting me, talking to me, laughing with me. For once, I wasn't the quiet, insecure woman hiding behind him. I was the woman everyone wanted to meet. After the party, I didn't go home with him. I went back to my parents' house. Late that night, there was a knock on the door. It was him, his eyes red, his voice shaky. He said, "Please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said. You're beautiful. I was stupid." I looked at him for a long moment, then said quietly, "I didn't do this for you. I did it for me." And I closed the door. That night, I lay in bed smiling, not because I had lost weight, but because I had gained something far more powerful, my self-worth. The woman he called fat and ugly became the one he could never forget.